said? Yes. Everything that's about to follow what I just said, it is predicated upon if they listen to what Moses is telling them. Amen? Say conditional. Conditional. Okay, let's keep reading. Verse 3, you'll be blessed in the city and blessed in the fields. You'll be blessed with children and crops and cattle. Your herds will multiply and your flocks will increase. Your basket will be blessed. It will be full at harvest time and your kneading bowl will be blessed. You'll always have plenty of bread. You'll be blessed when you go out of your home and blessed when you return to your home. When your enemies attack you, the Eternal will defeat them for you. They'll come against you from one direction, but scatter and flee chaotically from you in 7 different directions. He will bless your barns and they'll be full of grain. He'll bless everything you do. You'll be blessed throughout the land he is giving you. The Eternal will make you a nation that belongs to him in a special way, just as he promised he would. If, somebody say if you obey the commands of the Eternal your God and live as he wants you to, every other nation on earth will see the Eternal has called you by his own name, so they'll be in awe of you. Verse 11, the Eternal will give you more than enough of every good thing. That sounds good to me, right? Yeah. Children, cattle, crops. As you live on the ground he promised your ancestors he'd give you. He will open up the reservoirs of water in the sky and make the rainy seasons come each year so that everything you do will be blessed. That is good stuff. Your produce will be so abundant that you'll lend to many nations, but you won't have to borrow from any. He will make you the head and not the tail. You'll always be on top and never on the bottom. If, somebody say if you'll listen to the commands I'm giving you today from the Eternal your God and obey them carefully, all these blessings will be yours if, say if you don't deviate at all, neither to the right nor to the left from any of the things I'm commanding you today, if you don't go and worship other gods. Verse 15 as we close. But, now the but is about to change everything I just said. Right? But if you won't listen to the voice of the Eternal your God, if you don't carefully obey the commands and regulations I'm giving you today, then you'll experience all of the following curses. In fact, they'll come after you. Now, I'm not going to read all the curses, but you read your Bible. You know what they are. Because what do we say? I'm blessed in the city. I'm blessed in the field. I'm blessed when we come and when we go. We cast down every stronghold. Sickness and poverty must cease, and the devil is defeated. We are blessed if you obey.
Come on.
Come on.
If you adhere.
That's the word.
See, just like our natural children, if I tell you to do something and you don't do it, you think I'm going to buy you that car?
Well.
No, you understand what I'm saying? I mean, what kind of parent am I if I am allowing you to run rampant and there are no boundaries for your good? Because even boundaries that are for our good, we don't like them.
Right.
Because we grown and we don't want nobody to tell us what to do. But God has given us a covenant. He's given us a promise. But can I tell you, it requires our participation. Could it perhaps be that the manifestation that I've been believing God for has not happened yet because I haven't done my part?
That's true.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. Could very well be.
God does not
90%.
casually go around making promises all willy-nilly.
Well,
he never makes promises that he doesn't fulfill.
Right. Come on.
No, we talking about God. We're not talking about your husband. We're not talking about your wife. We're not talking about your kids, your best friend, your siblings, people who disappoint you. But can I also tell you sometimes you were the disappointer?
Yes.
You made promises to people that you didn't keep. Y'all looking at me like I'm crazy. Because we was once them too. But God doesn't casually make promises. If he makes a promise, it is as good as done. Do you hear what? That right there should have caused you to erupt in praise when you think about all of the promises that apply to That should cause you to soar in the face of adversity if you really do trust and believe God. But if is the key word. Every single promise in the word that applies to our lives, say every promise. Every single promise is going to be fulfilled. They're ours for the taking, but it depends upon us. Now, I want to deviate just a tad. Well, I'm not really deviating so much. Let me get a little libation. Give me a moment. You can set up number one. Little agua, a little parched. Excuse me. How many of you all have been watching the Olympics? For the most part. Let me see your hand. Especially y'all that's getting ready to go back to school. When the teacher asks you a question, okay, respond. You might just get some favor just because you responded. How many of y'all been watching the Olympics? Okay. I want to make sure I'm not in the funeral home. Dead people don't talk back.
Oh my goodness.
That was good.
Oh my goodness.
Now, again, the promises of God, they're yes and amen. Some are conditional, some are not.
Right.
But I want to focus on the things that are conditional because that means that we have a part to play. I need you to get this.
Right.
That means we have a part to play, right?
Yes, we do.
Obedience, plain and simple. It's on us. Just think about it. You ever heard somebody say, our lives are the sum total of the decisions that we made? Yeah. How many of y'all believe that? See, we don't want to because we don't want to take the fall. We want to have somebody else be the scapegoat. Come on, y'all. We want to blame somebody. It's just easier to blame somebody else and say, I'm here because it is, or that person or whatever. No, we're here because we made a series of decisions, right? That got us here. Some good, some not so good, but a series of decisions that got us here. And we might feel like, well, my decision was based off of what happened to me or, this, and I couldn't help this. But can I tell you, I might not be able to help what happens to me, but I'm always in control with what I decide to do.
Right.
Now, we've been watching the Olympics, and this particular race tremendously blessed me simply because when you think about it, these athletes, they train for 4 years to run for almost 40 seconds.
Right.
And that's something, think about it. They train for 4 years. They train hard, but the anticipation or the assumption is, this is so good, I'm trying not to get ahead of myself. The assumption is, while I'm training, I'm going to get to the Olympics and I'm going to come home with the gold, or I'm coming home with the medal. See, that's what faith will do. That's so good to me. Faith will cause you to have the audacity to assume that something is accepted or something is true or certain to happen without any proof. The reason why you assume and you're so certain it's going to happen is because you're putting the time in. You're doing your part. They had to train. They didn't just wake up one day and say, I'm going to show up and I'm going to try out for the USA team and I'm going to make it. No, baby. It takes more than that.
Right.
It's a conditional thing. Right? So this is the women's 4x1. The relay, when they first, was this the qualifier? I can't remember. No, this was the qualifier. The semifinal, right? And I got to give a shout out to Bree. Bree is Shay's, she ran with her at Clemson. Yeah, so y'all know she won that 100 gold medal, right? She won that 100. Mm-hmm. But anyway, thank you for that. But here it is. I want you to, can y'all see this real good? Yeah. I want you to play this. Play this video real quick. Watch what's happening. Watch USA.
Frustratingly, Kenny, it was about a stride and a half out. Now look at this contact between Felix there and the Brazilian. Nothing you can do about that. It is not incompetence or inability in any part from them. They haven't fallen down on what they needed to do. It was a plain and simple injury by the looks of things to Alison Felix, the incoming runner, just as she's about to hand it over.
Stop it. All right. Now, the other tape that we couldn't locate, but if you saw, how many of y'all saw this race? Okay, let me tell you for those who didn't. You saw Alex, it was Alex Felix? Allison, I'm sorry. You saw her, she had a decision to make. She had to decide, okay, the baton is on the ground. We have really just disqualified ourselves for all intents and purposes. But something in her, I believe, remember that her and her entire teammates, all of them, they trained for 4 years. There's a promise, an assumption, a promise of something that they were going after. God gave them the skill and the talent and the ability, but they had to now work that skill, that talent, and an ability. So she had to decide, what am I going to do right now? Instead of walking away and everybody walking off the track, she goes back, she picks up the baton, and they finish the race. But a lot of times, and then they fight it, and then they end up winning overall. The goal. But what if she would have decided, I'm going to quit because somebody just got in my lane?
Woo!
What if she would have decided, I'm not going to go?
Good.
We disqualified anyway. Look at how it looks. The whole world is watching. Y'all ain't saying nothing to me. The whole world is watching. We worked really hard. I'm embarrassed. I can't believe this happened. I got to take what is. I can't do anything about it. Not understanding that one decision she made caused her entire team to excel and get the 100. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Get the gold in the 4x1 relay. Because of a split-second decision. I worked too hard to get where I am, to be quitting. I'm going to fight with everything I have. I'm going to protest this thing because this ain't right. But we'll just take stuff as it is and quit. Don't you know you don't have to quit? There's a thing called rest. You can get some rest, but you don't have to quit.
Right.
Come on. Woo.
Her decision, she made that. She's the one that went, if I recollect correctly, and picked the baton up off the ground. Everybody's looking like, what they gonna do? We gonna finish this race. Some of us would have been like, what am I doing this for? We already lost. No, you didn't. Right. Be of good cheer. I have overcome the world, saith God. Yeah. Why are you acting like you're defeated? Stay in the race.
Woo!
It's your decision. But had she decided that we're disqualified anyway, they would have been disqualified. Right. That would have been the final thing. It's up to you to decide, am I going to stay sick or am I going to see the healing manifestation of God? Yes. Am I going to stay broke or is God going to give me creative ways to establish additional streams of income? Is my marriage going to stay jacked up or am I going to get around somebody that's got an amazing marriage and I'm going to glean from them?
Come on.
Or whatever your something may be.
You better
or are you going to sit on the porch with your banjo singing some silent song and sad song, having a pity party, waiting for somebody to come drop something in your cup?
Teach.
Let me get on around here. Lord Jesus. Faith is acting upon what you believe. Mm-hmm. No, do you hear what I'm saying to you? She acted upon, ain't nobody worked for 4 years. Right. No, you understand. See, you got to understand something. When these athletes, my daughter is an athlete or was, my son's an athlete. When they are training or they're practicing, they're not practicing like it's not real.
Right.
They're practicing as though they are in the actual game. Mm-hmm. With the assumption that we're going to win this game. Yeah. With the assumption that we're going to get the goal. That's what faith does. I love it. Faith assumes that with God's help, the impossible becomes possible. Yes. Lord. And I can assume it. You know why? I have the right to. You know why? Yes. Because God is the one that gave me the dream. God is the one that gave me the promise. And he's also the one that makes it possible for you and I to receive and obtain the thing that he promised us. But it requires our participation. We quit so easily. Oh my gosh. You get a hangnail and you act like you broke your leg.
Well.
Like, really? Like, we quit so easily. It's okay to step back and rest. But why do we always quit? I know. And never see the manifestation of God? So what's something look crazy? They got the whole world watching. The only person that can see you is God.
My.
You got people tweeting and twatching the way Pastor James says it, and Facebooking and Snapchatting and Insta storying and replaying every little mishap. But that's not their focus. They are in this arena with millions of people watching them, but their focus is on the finish. Oh my God. It's on the finish line. Not what people are saying in the stands.
My.
Not what the naysayers are saying. Not what the circumstances look like. Oh, this is good. Say God's good for it.
God's good for it. Hallelujah.
A genuine faith produces real changes. Did y'all hear what I said?
Yes.
Got me working all hard. It produces real changes in a person's conduct and character. The absence of change is a symptom of dead faith. Did y'all catch that? I'm going to say it again. A genuine faith will produce real changes
Right.
in a person's conduct and their character. But the absence of change is a symptom of a dead faith. Faith without works is
Dead.
faith without works is
Dead.
He decided he wanted to change.
Right.
It caused changes in his conduct. It allows us to see the manifestation. Does it get difficult sometimes? Do you really think just because you decide to do something and you decide to go after something that the enemy's just going to let you have it?
Right.
Do we really believe that? Absolutely not. And sometimes he don't even have to really work hard because we're our worst enemy.
Come on.
We
Amen.
quit before we even take one step. We quit in our mind. See, that's why that mind is so important. If you quit in your mind, you've already lost. But in your mentality, if you win in your thinking, if you can see it before you see it, then you'll definitely see it. This is so good. 2 Corinthians 5:7, you can write it down. You know the scripture that declares for us to walk by faith and not by sight. Not just by what we see, but by our senses. Because there's some stuff that we can't see that we feel that can throw us off.
Right.
Right? That we can hear that can throw us off. And so I want to submit this to you. Water is the natural habitat of fish. Can a fish live out of water? Can a fish live out of water? No, right? Air under the wings of a bird is a natural habitat of birds because they're destined to fly.
Yes.
Can I submit to you that faith is the natural habitat of the believer? Oh, y'all, come on. I said faith is the natural habitat of the believer. The just shall live by faith.
Hallelujah.
Not just something you think in your head, but I'm talking about real faith causes you to move. It causes you to do. It causes you to be willing to look crazy. It causes you to be willing to be talked about. It doesn't matter. Let them watch long enough that they can see the manifestation and God gets the glory. I guarantee you when that baton was dropped, people were having so much to say. Oh, look at this. I can't believe this happened. Whatever. And them same naysayers will turn around and be your cheerleading group when they turn around and see the manifestation.
Right.
Well.
Right.
That's why you can't be moved by what people are saying. The only person you need to be moved by what they're saying is they talking about the word. That's good stuff. Faith is finding your native air. We live and we breathe faith. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yes.
This is so good. James, the half brother of Jesus, encouraged his readers to stand fast in the face of trials. I'm going to read it for you. In James 1, 2, and 5 through 5, it says, don't run from tests and hardships. Stop running. Brothers and sisters, as difficult as they are, you will ultimately find joy in them if you embrace them. Your faith will blossom under pressure and teach you true patience as you endure. And true patience brought on by endurance will equip you to complete the long journey and cross the finish line, mature, complete, and wanting nothing. If you don't have all the wisdom needed for this journey, then all you have to do is ask God. Ask God for it, and he will grant all that you need. He gives lavishly and never scolds you for asking. Faith that listen, if I'm not doing anything, I really don't believe it.
Yes.
No, no,
Yes.
do you hear? Yeah,
Yes.
thank you,
Yes.
Sequoia. I appreciate that. Faith is acting on what you believe.
Amen.
There's going to be adversity. There's going to be challenge.
Yes.
So what's something hard? This is what gets me with parents. This irritates me. You're going to tell your kid to press through something, but you can't press through nothing.
My God.
Listen, more is caught than taught. Instead of telling them to press, show them how to do it.
It's good.
Show them how to stand and believe God. Show them how to exercise faith. Show them how to trust God. Show them how to stand on the promises. But if they see you fainting all the time, and then you're trying to tell them stay in school, it's good for you. I know this hard, but you can do it. I'm going to give you the tools necessary, and they turn around and say to you, but you fainting everything. Then what you going to say? I'm the parent. Right. And you showing me how to faint. The Bible declares, if we don't grow weary in well-doing, we're going to what? We're going to reap. Stop quitting. You can rest, but you don't have to quit.
Right.
This is good. Thank you, baby. Think about it. The woman with the issue of blood, she demonstrated faith.
Yes.
Did she not?
Yes.
She trusted that Jesus would live up to his reputation.
Right.
That's good to me. Do you hear what I'm saying? She demonstrated faith. Peter demonstrated faith when Jesus bid him to come and walk on the water. Everybody want to give Peter a bad rap because Peter, he began to sink, but nobody else got out the boat. No, I'm just saying nobody else got out the boat. You talking about what Peter sunk though, but he sunk, but you ain't get out the boat. You still sitting on the shore.
More.
It wasn't until he took his eyes off of promise.
Right.
Oh, God. He took his eyes off of promise and he put it on process. When you focus on process and process becomes bigger, you'll grow weary. You can get depressed. You can become oppressed. You can get distressed and all of this foolishness. But when you focus on promise, and knowing that the promiser has the capacity, the wherewithal, and the reputation to carry out his part of the deal. You can rest in it.
Yes.
Good. James 2:14 through 17. Brothers and sisters, it doesn't make any sense to say you have faith and act in a way that denies that faith. Ooh. That's scripture.
Right.
It's the Message Bible. Mere talk never gets you very far.
My.
And a commitment to Jesus only in words will not save